Fellow humans, we had a good run. It's like witnessing the beginning of the end. It's beautiful and terrifying. All these years studying and dreaming of becoming an animator, only for my future and dreams to end before they even had the chance to begin. Earlier this year, OpenAI released an AI model that can generate realistic videos from text. The videos can be up to a minute long. The comments you've just seen were the highest ranked on the demo video for the model. Fears of AI are at their highest, and it destroys dreams. When the model launched, actor and producer Tyler Perry completely halted an $800 million studio expansion because of it. But as someone who works in AI research and also makes art, I'm not worried at all. Outside of industry, the value of our skills isn't in danger at all. Traditional artists make things that these AI models can't make. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the qualities of these video models and see multiple reasons why art, with a capital A, is safe from them. Lastly, I'll dabble into trying to predict how these models are going to pan out in the future. Part 1, the AI Festival. Who would have thought that artists themselves would come around to collaborate with OpenAI on a film festival? Last year, that was unthinkable. But this year, the Tribeca Festival, in collaboration with OpenAI, is premiering 5 AI-created short films, marking the first time OpenAI's Sora is featured at a festival. Filmmakers partaking in this festival are adhering to AI-related terms from agreements with industry professionals like actors and writers. Now, as always, it's not too obvious how much these new laws are going to do, and many people say there's loopholes in them. But it's certainly the case that overt resistance against these models and the usage of these models that threatens many jobs seems to have died down compared to last year. In addition, creators who have used Sora report that it has enhanced their creative processes, allowing them to communicate abstract concepts more clearly and visualize ideas in new ways. Now, artists are enjoying using these models, so this all leads us to the important point that AI is here to stay, and even artists themselves are engaging with it and don't seem to resent it as much anymore. So, even though I've said this, at this point I'd like to ask for some help from those of you who actually work in the arts industry. What is the general feeling about AI coming from other artist colleagues of yours? Let me know your experience, I'm super interested. Part 2, flaws. Now, there are quite a few flaws that these AI models have that deserve to be pointed out. The most obvious is the lack of consistency and coherence. When you look at some of these AI videos, it's clear that characters merge into other characters or disappear altogether. Now, it's not obvious whether it's a feature of these models that's going to stick with them, or they're going to improve to the point that we can't tell anymore. But the effect of this flaw on the video artists have made with Sora is that they either avoid featuring people or any kind of recognizable character, as we see it with the World Wait music video by August Camp, or on the other hand, they have to lean into the dreamy, strange aspects of AI art, as we see it in Paul Trillo's music video. Either way, you will find in all these videos a lack of consistency, like they're a collage of many different movies or something. Now, that's the main flaw that's specific to these AI video models, but there are just 2 more I'd like to point out because they're really crucial when it comes to the resilience of arts in the age of AI. Obviously, we've covered much more than just these 2 flaws on the channel so far. The first flaw is that it is directed through text, which leads to a lack of control for the creators. It's already hard enough to describe an image using only texts, but an entire 1-minute long video? Forget about it. This first flaw is really crippling for AI. How can you express yourself when half of the outcome is dictated by what the AI model decides to do with your prompt? Now, there are creator stacks that allow you more fine-grained control in modifying images using AI, etc. It'll be interesting to see where that goes in the future, but even then, there are other problems. The second flaw is really more for those who have faith in humanity and know the value of reality over the digital world. AI models are entirely online. That's a big flaw. They're trained on online data and used on the internet. This means 2 things for artists. Number 1, the content they generate is not based on the real world, and thus it's less rich. It'll follow the patterns of the internet. Number 2, Any user of the AI art models is isolating themselves from the outside world and from their own bodies. This is not an attitude conducive to the kind of soul-searching and self-discovery that leads to valuable art. Part 3. A prediction for the future of these models. So we've been elaborating flaws, which is necessary to gain clarity on AI arts as artists. But flaws aren't necessarily a bad thing. They give any medium personality. We talked about the lack of consistency in these video models. It is actually interesting. It gives the AI-generated videos their own style and makes them more interesting than AI image models, for instance, because of shots like this. But, to me, there's a bad turn looming for these models in terms of their personality. The concern is always the same with generative AI. As it gets better, it trades off interestingness for coherence. With tools like Midjourney V6, people are complaining that even though the images are more realistic than ever, they've become too accurate, too obedient, and there are no happy accidents anymore. Many people are resorting to using the other, older models. So for a lot of AI models, the progression has been in 3 steps. At first, the tool kinda sucks and is unusable. Then the tool becomes gradually usable, and as it bridges the gap between being useless and copying real art, many interesting happen accidentally. And lastly, the tool becomes too good at copying art, and we're left with a rendering engine that has to be directed through text, losing precision and process. So we can see it in these videos. There are definitely many interesting things in AI art, but for any artist looking for true human innovation, as it has been done by all artists so far in history, there are many things it lacks. Unlike making art by hand, making it with AI lacks precision, it is too easy of access, doesn't teach the user much, hardly allows the user to imbue the result with their individuality, and disconnects them from their bodies. What's more, all AI knows is internet content, and there's a lot more to the world than the internet. These and many others are the points we collaboratively uncover and expose on the Artpost AI channel. Help us out by sharing your take on this subject in the comments. I'm gonna read everything. And if you're interested in joining us in our efforts, please subscribe and go take a look at the videos on the channel for more details on how to react to AI as an artist. And lastly, if you want to support the channel, you can watch the segment that's about to start, and if you're interested, check out the link in the description. And I'll see you guys next time.
Now the silence whispers, haste taken control. Farewell to the strokes, the shades, the lines. Bye bye, AI. Bye bye to the visions born of human minds. Bye bye, AI. Bye bye, AI. In this digital dawn, we stand apart. Know the artist struggle, the triumph and the strife. Machines churn perfection, cutting creativity like a knife. Gone the errors, the trust, the human touch. Oh, do you replace